These are all my thoughts on why the Yeti fruit needs a crazy nerf. Bro, the Yeti fruit is straight up ruining the game. It's so broken and overpowered, it's not even funny. Every single player using it just dominates PvP, destroys enemies in grinding, and leaves literally no room for other fruits or builds to even compete. And the devs just let it slide. Like, how do they not see how messed up this is? It's time for a serious nerf, or at least a major rework. If you're wondering why it feels so unfair, let me explain it to you. First, ridiculous damage spam. Let's talk about damage. Yeti hits way too hard. It doesn't matter what level you are or what kind of fruit you have. You get hit with one of its moves and you're taking a massive chunk of health. And the worst part? The cooldowns are so short. I'm talking about like no time at all before they can spam their next move. People literally just spam attacks over and over and over, and that's it. You don't need any skill or timing. You just press the buttons as fast as you can, and guess what? You win. It's like the fruit is doing all the work, and you're just there, along for the ride. It's crazy how one fruit can just completely shut down any chance of a fair fight. You could be winning a fight, dodging all their moves, outplaying them at every turn, but then, boom, here comes a Yeti user spamming an attack, freezing you, and you're done for. No amount of dodging or strategy can save you. It's frustrating to see that happening when you're trying to play fairly. The damage is out of control, and the cooldowns make it feel like there's just no room for error. 2. Broken crowd control. Now let's get into the crowd control. Yeti doesn't just hit hard, it freezes you. Imagine being stuck, unable to move, unable to fight back, while the person with the Yeti fruit just unloads combo after combo on you. That's not skill, that's just a cheesy way to guarantee a win. And the freeze doesn't last for a second or two. No, it's long enough for them to do serious damage. If you're caught in a combo, you might as well just put down your controller and walk away because you're not getting out of it. It's not even fun to play against. Being frozen for ages while they just go to town is not challenging. It's annoying. There's no way to break free once you're stuck, so all you can do is watch your health bar melt. The freezing mechanic is way too powerful, and it makes the whole fight feel pointless. You don't have a chance to fight back. It's literally just about who can hit first and get the freeze off, and if they do, you're done. 3-point PvP is a joke, and don't even get me started on PvP. It's supposed to be about skill, right? Like whoever is the better player should win, but with Yeti, it's just about who can hit harder and faster. There's no room for actual strategy or planning. If you're using a slower fruit or a melee build, forget it. You're toast. You can't get close enough to deal damage because the Yeti user just spams their moves and freezes you before you even have a chance to get in range. The area of effect attacks are crazy wide, so it's not even about being good at dodging. You literally can't avoid the attacks. And even if you try, the Yeti user is still hitting you from miles away. They can lock you down in one move and then follow it up with a barrage of damage. There's nothing you can do. PvP becomes less about skill and more about how fast you can hit with your Yeti fruit. It's a race to see who can freeze who first, and after that, it's just a spam fest. No real challenge, just the same overpowered moves over and over. 4. Grinding is way too easy. It doesn't stop there. The Yeti fruit completely ruins grinding. It's already way too easy to level up with this fruit. The AoE attacks hit everything around them. You could be farming a huge group of mobs and barely lift a finger. Just spam a few moves and watch everything around you get wiped out. It's like you're on easy mode while everyone else is still working hard to clear their mobs. Other fruits have to rely on strategy, timing, and sometimes a little bit of luck to get through tough grinding spots. But not Yeti. Yeti doesn't need any of that. The insane damage and AoE make farming way too fast and easy. You don't even have to put in the effort. You just spam your moves and everything dies. It's unfair for everyone else who's trying to grind with a fruit that actually requires some skill. The imbalance between Yeti and other fruits makes leveling up feel pointless because one player with Yeti can just fly through it. 5. No skill needed. And here's the thing that really gets me. Yeti requires no skill to use. None. Zilch. It's a fruit that just lets you spam moves with no real strategy involved. Just jump in, hit your attacks, and watch the enemy freeze. It doesn't matter if you don't know how to time your moves or aim properly. You're still going to win because the fruit is just that broken. Other fruits require you to be smart, to have good timing, or to position yourself correctly. But with Yeti, nah, just hit everything around you and you're good. The moves are so powerful that it doesn't matter if you have no idea what you're doing, you're still gonna win. It's a free win if you can spam moves fast enough. 6. No real counters. Another big problem is how there's pretty much no counter to Yeti. You can try using other fruits, but none of them feel like they can stand up to the sheer power of Yeti. The freezing ability shuts down almost everything. And even if you try to dodge or block, the range is so massive that it doesn't even matter. You're still going to get hit. Melee builds, forget about it. Slow fruits, good luck. If you don't have a fruit that can just spam moves as fast as Yeti, you're at a massive disadvantage. There's no real way to beat it because it's just so overwhelming. And even if you do manage to escape one freeze, you're likely to get hit again before you can even think of attacking back. There's no time to react, no real way to fight back. 7. Combo abuse. If you thought getting frozen once was bad, just wait until you're stuck in a full combo. Yeti freezes you, then immediately hits you with a barrage of attacks while you can't do anything. The combo lasts forever, and you don't get a chance to even fight back. You're just stuck there, helpless, until the combo ends and you're left with barely any health. It's a cycle. Freeze, combo, repeat. And once you're stuck, there's literally no way to escape. It's not like other fruits where you can break a combo or dodge out of it. With Yeti, you're locked in until it's too late. 8. Ruins one-on-ones and team fights. 1 versus 1 fights become a joke when Yeti's involved. It's just who can freeze who first. The first one to get the freeze off wins, and it's over. There's no room for outplaying your opponent. Just spam the freeze and follow it up with damage. It doesn't matter if you're better at aiming or dodging. If they get the freeze on you, you're done. And the worst part? It's even worse in team fights. In a one-on-one, you at least have a shot to try and outplay them. But in team fights, the AoE damage and freeze hit everyone in the area. Even if you're not the target, you still get caught in the attack, and it ruins everything for your team. One Yeti user can make an entire team useless. 9. Low risk, high reward. The Yeti fruit has no risk. You just spam moves and get huge rewards for literally doing nothing. It's so overpowered that you don't even have to be good at the game to win with it. Other fruits need you to have some strategy, but with Yeti, you don't need any of that. Just press buttons, get freezes off, and watch everyone else lose. It's way too easy to win with, and it makes the whole game feel unfair. 10. It's making the game toxic. It's gotten to the point where everyone is using Yeti. Everyone. And that makes the game so much less fun. Every fight, every team battle, every encounter is the same. Someone with Yeti just spamming their moves and the rest of us are left trying to fight back. But it's impossible. It makes the whole server toxic because no one wants to use anything else. If you're not using Yeti, you're just going to get wrecked, and it's frustrating. It takes away the variety of the game and turns everything into the same boring experience. 11th. Unfair for new players. And think about new players. They're just starting out, trying to learn the game, and then they run into a Yeti user. They get frozen, hit with combos, and before they know it, they're dead. It's so discouraging for new players. They don't even have the chance to learn the game before they get destroyed by an overpowered fruit. How are they supposed to have fun if they can't even get a fair fight? 12th. Boss fights feel cheap. Even boss fights are ruined. The Yeti fruit can wipe out bosses with zero effort. It's so strong that bosses feel like a joke. It's not even a challenge. There's no strategy, no planning. It's just spam and win. That's not fun. Boss fights should feel like a challenge. But with Yeti, it's just easy mode all the way.